Welcome, guys, to the Urban Crossfire podcast. This is the 13th, 14th installment of the podcast, and today I got my co-host here, Zion. So what's up, bro?
Yes.
And your host, Chingy. So, yeah. I heard Zion wants to give us some topics that he wants to talk about. And, yeah.
Alright, man. So today, Jorge wanted to start off talking about antiques. So, I'm trying to scroll through Twitter and find something that's relevant to antiques, but I'm pretty sure we can find something that's a little more niche on Reddit.
Oh, yeah.
So here I am.
I heard you bought yourself a little box of antique. I didn't really see the descriptions on it. What does it say?
Yeah, it's like these two antique cigar boxes.
Mm.
Yeah, it was it's basically for the storage of
The
greenery and
the herb.
and it's called like Excalibur. It's pretty cool.
Mm.
But it's like some vintage cigar boxes.
That's good.
Yeah, I went to like an antique mall, and dude, the shit that I found there was crazy. There's some
Oh, yeah?
really dope stuff there. They had like bamboo trees and
Was it expensive?
yeah, I mean, a lot of antiques are like really expensive.
Mm.
But like with antique malls, they have like each booth has a dealer. So let's say that I want to get a percentage off. They can literally call up the guy and ask if it's okay, and dude could literally say yes. I get like 70% off.
Oh yeah.
All really depends on the item.
Which antique store did y'all go to?
I think it was in like it was Fox's something. I told my girlfriend I had to look it up. And
Is it far from here?
yeah, I mean it was near where Cindy used to live.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know where she lived.
Nah.
She lived in Lawrenceville, so it's not that far
Oh
from here.
yeah, because I wanted to get an antique booth.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Wow.
I want to see what I can like sell and stuff.
Yeah,
Kind of cool.
There's a lot of places that like buy from dealers and
Yeah, I want to do that because I heard it's not the rent to be a dealer is not that expensive.
yeah, I don't
So I
think
can just put shit there and I don't gotta be there, and
Yeah,
I
you
can
don't
sell
gotta be
something
there.
while I'm not there. You know.
and come pick up like the money.
Mm-hmm. Do you see any topics that are on Twitter?
Nah, but this lady said, paid off my car, my credit score dropped 35 points. Laughing my ass off. Love this very real system we base our entire lives on. And the person under that said, yes, credit scores reflect the willingness of leaders to lend you money so they can charge you interest on it. They are not interested in someone with lots of money who pays off all his cards at the end of the month and pays all his bills on time. This type of financial responsible and wealthy person is in no use to the leaders as they cannot make any money from him. He will not therefore have a good credit score. Many leaders, especially mortgage lenders, look for people that pay their bills on time and never miss payments. These people tend to have a decent credit score as well. The reason that banks look to have the loan taken by people who are going to make payments on time is because the interest is already part of the loan. In fact, most of the time, when people default on a loan, the banks ends up losing money. Mostly because the loan was given to buy something and the thing does not sell for as much as auction. So yeah, if they give you money to buy a car and they come and they take it and then they put it on auction, they can literally like I actually heard a story recently of this lady who bought like a whole house for $35.
Oh yeah, I heard those around.
Yeah.
You could just you can check in the state or some shit.
You can check like if someone hasn't paid their property taxes and take their whole fucking house, and now they're paying you rent.
Bruh. I don't know.
There's
a lot of loopholes.
Bro, there's so many hedge funds and like, not hedge funds, but basically hedge funds, like places with a lot of money just buying up property.
Mm-hmm. I feel like there was a lot of foreclosures because of COVID.
Sure. Yeah.
So then a lot of people are starting to buy up all that shit up.
Yeah, and they can't wait for this moratorium to end so they can just go ahead to all those people out their houses and put those houses on the market. That's why so many people think there's going to be a housing market crash, because so many people can't, like, afford to buy a home. So, I mean, there's a lot of people that don't know how to buy a home, but there's a lot of people realizing the government has already, like, made incentives for you to buy a home. It's just they don't really tell anyone about it. Like, stuff that you should have learned in school, or at least in the later half of school you should have learned, you will never learn. And it's really on to your parents to know, or someone to tell you, for you to be able to just participate in a whole system that is made for you to win, but also teaches you to look for traps. There's probably a word that's better than traps, but so many people live their whole lives. Like, it's crazy what that Proctor guy said in that video I showed you the other day, where he's like, there's a lot of people who are alive but aren't living.
Dude, that's exactly right.
Yeah, he's like,
oh, I don't think I'm living, man.
yeah,
like,
it's so weird, because it's like, yeah, I eat and poop and sleep and work. What else is there to do? And that's so sad, because then he goes on to say, like, yeah, sheep live that way. Like, who the fuck?
well, because you're no different then, basically.
Yeah.
Y'all do the same thing, basically.
You're just growing hair to cut off and put on a fucking coat. Like, you're not really doing shit. I mean,
oh, God.
Even, like, when you think about it, it's like almost everybody works in the service industry.
Right.
Like, no one really works in, like, private, like, the private sector is completely off-grid, bro. Like, you have to know, like, it's the real skill in almost every form of, like, productivity is networking.
Oh, yeah.
Like, knowing the right person to do the right thing, or knowing the person to get somebody else to do the right thing is always, like, the highest skill to have.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like the private sector, all the jobs that you want, you'd have to get through LinkedIn, or have to actually go to these conventions and talk to people.
I feel like a lot of people gotta, like, if you got a skill, you should know, find ways that you can utilize this skill by yourself, and not necessarily having, like, a whole business providing you it.
Yeah.
Kind of. He's like the coders and stuff. A lot of them try to find jobs, but I'm like, I mean, first you got to kind of develop some experience, which you've started, but it's like, I mean, why don't you try to do your own projects? See how it goes if you can solve your own problems about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think that's why the teaching industry is so big right now. There's so many people who, like, genuinely do not want to work a job, and they find it way easier to do, like, a 12-part course that they pre-filmed and just sell it.
Their courses, or they're all right. Would you ever do a course?
No, I've bought courses.
You ever try to, would you try to do one in the future?
Like, teach one?
Yeah, like film it and everything.
Yeah, I think it's really simple, actually.
What would you teach? What do you feel?
I feel like I could teach anything.
You think so?
I genuinely think I have the kind of power to teach whatever I want, but I just don't. Because I have like this kind of willingness to, like, tell people about stuff. And always in school, like, when it came up to, like, literature or even debate, I was just very willing. So I think that if there are something that I think that people should know, I think I could draw something up to teach it. I just have to. I don't think at the level that I'm at right now, I'm as disciplined as I can be. So it's not really one of those things where I can drop everything right now and just start teaching something. But I feel like if I had enough time to, and I need the audience, I could teach it.
Yeah. I feel what you should be teaching maybe is, like, the forex thing.
Yeah,
probably be like one of those first ones you teach. The
it's
dude
blowing my mind, honestly, the way that I've been doing this.
Like, damn, bro. If you just have the funds, man.
That's what I keep looking at, and I'm like, yo, people that buy, like, high fashion, you guys get under my skin so much. Like, the fact that I could look up on Grailed an $800 shirt, and then it was one of the funniest things to do, because I went on Grailed and I was like, okay, how ridiculous is this, man? And I have an example here. So there's a Marilyn Manson t-shirt. I don't know if there's many people that are familiar with the design, but there's a Marilyn Manson t-shirt where the design is like him front facing. He's like having his face up to the camera, and it's a green design, like this one right here. It's a band tee, sold for $38, right? That exact design. I scroll down. I don't know if it's still up, but it was basically a posting of that last design that I showed you, but for literally like $300 to $400, all because the framing on the shirt was different. Like how big the picture was on the shirt was different.
I don't know. That's like the vintage industry, isn't it?
Yeah,
dude.
And, I mean, I don't care if the shirt was made in 2002. You can't charge me half my fucking rent for a T-shirt, bro. Not when I could buy this.
You ever
shit.
sold a T-shirt?
Not for that much. I mean, I used to be into reselling. And I did sell my Off-White Air Max 95s for like.
I remember those.
Like $800.
How did you get those?
I got them when they came out for the price.
You won like a raffle or something?
No, it was just on the sneakers app. I didn't even know,
you didn't even know that shit was hype.
I didn't know it was hype.
Oh,
so I knew about Off-White.
You used to play soccer in those shits, dude.
I knew about Off-White, right? And I bought them, and I was like, oh yeah, this is cool, and it's cheap too.
Right.
Because normally for Off-White, I went to the mall today, and they had like some archive store in there, and their Off-White in there was like literally $400. Like this shit, he used to print on Gildan T-shirts.
Oh yeah.
And he
Virgil
was selling shirts for $400.
I think he's one of the biggest pioneers about the hype thing, because he knew he wasn't hiding it. Virgil wasn't hiding it, and he was just
The thing that was so crazy was about it because he made people realize that this wasn't like a 13-man team. He literally just made something and drove it into a wall, and on the other side of that wall was the Kool-Aid Man and several other hype beast children who were ready just to take whatever came through that door.
Remember when the NMDs were popular?
Oh yeah, Adidas NM. Oh my god, dude.
I like those shoes. Like I remember putting them on, but now nobody gives a fuck about those shoes.
Those shoes used to go for hella. Bro.
I know.
Like I remember Hypebeast and sneakerheads on YouTube loved those shoes so much. There was this one dude who only bought NMD Adidas.
For real?
And that was like his whole brand on YouTube.
Oh shit.
And he had like a whole truck. He basically resold them. So
damn.
It's pretty cool. But as a business model, man, it gets so frustrating sometimes because I was trying to look up Arc'teryx or I don't really know how to pronounce their name. I'm probably butchering it, but it's this like hiking brand. And like this is like one of their vintage jackets. $50.
All right, that's pretty good.
So I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good. But normally, you know how much they charge?
How much?
For a windbreaker, bro.
How much?
A windbreaker? $500.
$500 for a windbreaker?
$500.
For like the same brand?
Yes.
Damn.
And it's sold by them. They charge $500. But
now it went down or some shit. $50.
I don't know. I think that's just vintage, and by the seller, they're choosing to sell it for that much. Because I mean, if you look up them by name on Grail, you'll find listings of $850 at the Gore-Tex collab they did. $126 for a hat.
Dude, I might have passed those in Goodwill, and I was just like, nah.
$700 for this windbreaker right here. Doesn't even display the logo.
Shit, that's a nice windbreaker.
It's nice.
But for $700, honestly,
like look at this bag. This bag is pretty cool.
Like these Arcturian and stuff, like
$450.
All right, they're expensive, but it's like, let's compare this
to fast fashion.
To like maybe that tee that's like how much, $800 or some shit. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what would you rather buy? What would last? You know, I mean, because if I bought that tee and I've used it the exact time, like I started it the exact time, you know that Adidas hoodie that I showed you, that me and Jakar were talking about? Yeah. That shit looks like brand new still to this day. I think it's this. No, that's not that one. But I feel like, all right, if that fast fashion had that same type exact quality, probably still don't know about that $800, but it's like, all right, they at least try to strive to something new. Like if the shirt was hemp, like, all right, but but you know what I'm saying? But no, they're just Gildan t-shirts, or they're just old.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Dude, I definitely think that you can find some vintage t-shirts that are amazing in quality and worth the price, but that hiking brand, they make a lot of really, really good quality stuff. They make stuff that lasts a long time. So, I mean, I understand if...
Like, I want that windbreaker to last for, like, years, decades. You know what I'm saying?
And with t-shirts, you gotta really know how to wash them in order to make them keep their graphics.
That t-shirt's gonna be hard to fucking keep.
With that, it's literally waterproof, stain-proof. It's wear tested. You can take it out to the mountains. Literally. So, I mean, it's good to buy, and, I mean, you can only expect it to be that much because there's a lot of labor and it's ethically made, so...
Yeah.
You just wouldn't catch me on Grail looking to pay that much for a windbreaker because I don't go hiking like that. And that's the crazy part about it, because I'm like,
yeah, motherfuckers don't go hiking and nothing and none of that shit. They just want it. Yeah, they just want to wear it for that shit, dude.
Yeah, there's people who just wear it because it looks cool, and I mean, I completely fuck with that and do what you will with your money. But it's like, when I'm scrolling at a fucking restaurant with my family, and a kid who's scamming is like flexing his Adidas big stars and shit, or like some fucking gold necklaces, or just putting hundreds of dollars on his wrists and arms. I'm like,
so dumb, bro.
What am I doing with my life? Like, I feel like this shit is a pay to win game if you think about it, bro. That's what it's just starting to look like.
Nah, I see it as making it. It's a little video game to me, man.
Yeah, man.
Just gotta put in the work.
You just gotta know where to put in the work. Because you could be picking apples forever, my nigga. Honestly, you really could. And then you could be fucking around in one street over. This dude's just, I'm gonna show you how to scam Indian people. And he's making like $150,000 a day. Yeah,
I've heard, like, that Vice, they did a little documentary of this dude scamming. He was like, I'm just do this for a little while and then I'm out. Well, I'm like, I don't know, man. I just
stop, bro.
I know, yeah.
Because how they spend the money, and they don't put it in like, and that's the thing that's so crazy about it. Because like when it comes from scamming and swiping is kind of like an outdated method now. I don't know from experience, but apparently it is. But essentially, what they'll do is they'll get blank cards, copy someone's bank info on it, and just swipe it and take their money out.
I know.
So, I mean, they don't have to put this money in a bank. They could literally just harbor it, and if they don't buy anything with that card, they'll never be caught.
Yeah,
I mean, unless they, like, triangulate the positions of the... that's so much.
A lot of motherfuckers that are scamming are dumb as fuck, and they put that shit out there.
They do, but it's like, what can... See, I mean, that's another thing, because, I mean, what can someone do with your face?
What do you mean?
Like, unless they know where you live or what state you're in, how can
they'll know. Exactly. The government cooperates with fucking Instagram. Like, you know, they can get... If the government wants something, bro, they can easily...
Yeah. They can even get, like, photos...
They can easily get somebody, so because...
If they want to.
And if they want,
But that's the thing. If you don't create a fucking YouTube, Instagram, Facebook... and you're literally just walking around no face, just swiping money out of ATMs, how can they catch you?
I mean, I don't know.
And literally, I feel like there's a 16-year-old, 15-year-old who sits in a room and thinks about this. He's like, yo,
I'm gonna start...
Honestly, like, what's the point of working at McDonald's?
Scamming. Like, I mean, I understand, but it's just like, I don't know. I feel like I'm just chasing the money too much for that. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I don't feel like I'm doing something that I would even want that. I'm really just chasing the money. Yeah. Which...
Yeah. And if you know what to... Because I've seen a kid on TikTok who does scam. He like, exposes scammers and shit. But he's like, yeah, I put my profits into StockX. I'm like, you're literally stealing people's... You're a pirate, my nigga. You are a pirate. And you're just making money illegally and legally? How does that work?
I don't know, man.
This man is the switch on the train.
But to me, it's like there's like so many ways to make money legally too.
Yeah.
There's like a shit ton of fucking ways
Facts.
that just Google it and you will see like 200 different types of ways.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you just got to put a little bit more work in it and just be consistent when you're not motivated.
Yeah.
Like, that's just, I feel like how it is, man. I feel like if I was consistent, I would have been having thousands of listings already.
Yeah.
Easily selling shit.
And that's the same thing with me at forex. It's like when I look at it, bro.
Dude, you got a talent for that shit because you know how to do it. You're like
10K account when I first opened.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I'm gonna flip this account. Come back 2 weeks later, it's up $35,000.
yeah.
And I'm like, yo, if I would have started with actually 10 grand 2 weeks
I'd
ago,
have 30, dude. Dude, you
30.
have more than what I made in the entire time working 10
have
fucking
46.
hours, bro.
Yeah.
You would have just,
$46,000.
boom. Imagine 40, that's was most motherfuckers at a
Making
college
a year.
degree making a whole fucking year, bro. If you're like good with your fucking money, you can literally just not work for a whole year, basically.
Bro, this dude was explaining trust funds and EFTs
Yeah.
or ETFs. I don't know.
NFTs?
No, it's like the thing in the
ETFs.
ETFs, basically.
Yeah, it's like an index fund, low
index
key.
fund. So, let's say you put, because they said it basically gets an average return, and they said if you have $400,000 and you put $400,000 in an EFT, you're making like 40 grand a year. So you could literally save up $400,000, put it in there, and you'll never have to work a day in your life.
I know, that's like with the dividends. That's basically like a dividend. They're giving you between dividends. Like I was looking at McDonald's. I mean, shit, it's like a $200 worth of a stock, but they will basically pay you $20 per year. If you can just calculate that shit, imagine like 200 times 10 is fucking $2,000, and then you just put that shit. So you're getting $20 per stock. So how much is that? Like you're getting 10 stocks. Well, how much you getting? 10 stocks? My brain is not working right now.
Oh, when you buy like $200 worth?
Yeah. How much? With 2,000?
2,000.
If each stock costs 200, like
you get
10. So you get like
10.
2, 4, 10. You get like $200. You get like $200 for every 2,000. Like you get like $100 for every 1,000. But that shit compounds, bro.
Yeah, it really does.
That really, dude. Imagine you put $1 million on that McDonald's stock.
Imagine you take 400 grand to sit it in there, and then come back 4 years later. Now you have $95,000 that you didn't have to work for at all.
Dude,
Like
$1
imagine,
million?
like it's literally like if your parents are filthy rich, bro,
Mm-hmm.
and they have that kind of money to like invest in your future. The idea that you could be like just not giving a fuck about anything, just like living your life just on a fast train to nowhere, like.
Bro, you be making like $100,000 every year if you just like, fuck it. I'm gonna put it like I don't know what the fuck. I don't know how to use this money. Some guy told me to put it into a dividend stock. I'm just gonna put it in McDonald's because I fucking love eating there. And then it's like, so he's like, all right, I'm just gonna live off of this $1 million. And then tax season comes, I'm like, sir, you gotta pay some fucking shit. I'm like, why? I've already paid those $1 million tax. He was like, no, your dividends. You made $100,000 this year. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I don't think they tax you on it unless you pull it out.
No, dividends, they do tax you on that shit.
Okay.
They would
'cause dividends
they would
pay you,
tax you
like,
on that
monthly
shit.
and yearly. Yeah.
But yeah, I think they'll tax you on that shit. But it's I think it's a long-term investment. So they're not taxing you like the peak hike tax on that stock. So
But there's
Dude,
people
you
own
can-
farms who only pay like $35 a year on their property taxes.
it depends on where you live at, I think. Like
Yeah,
those
for
mobile
sure.
homes, you ain't really paying that much fucking, taxes on that shit. So that's what I'm saying, bro. Once I get my first kid, it's gonna either be like a duplex or like a mobile home.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm gonna be stupid if I buy a whole fucking house. Like, bro, what?
Wait, so you telling me I can't move this? No, sir, you cannot move
Like,
your house.
bro.
What are you talking about? I bought
That house is just gonna become a liability, dude.
Yeah, it's
A house can really become a liability. That's all I like about house hacking shit.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, I would like to build my own house.
Yeah. So you
Buy
like,
my own house.
yeah. But you gotta like
I think it's
start
kinda
building
funny
up
to buy
something
from someone
first in
else.
the beginning, you know.
Yeah.
And then once you're good, you're like, all right, I'm gonna go buy my own thing.
I'm gonna save up like $4,000 and just start wholesaling real estate.
Yeah. I looked at that.
Dude, because I've been thinking about this triangle in my mind
Mm-hmm.
of me like doing forex, real estate, and a clothing line.
That would be nice, bro.
And like in the clothing line, I do like design and video editing.
That's why we gotta start on that. Hey guys, little clothing line coming out.
Like
It's
the
gonna
idea
be-
that it's so hot because I'm like, bro, let's say we make $4,000 off a drop, then we pay like the down payment on a fucking house, and now we're making like $1,000 a month with that house, and then we do another job, do another house, and then put the profits from real estate into forex,
Dude.
and then make like $2-3,000 a day.
Oh shit.
Yo, we could be paying for the best quality clothes, and no one would be like, they'll just be up for it, and they'll just pay whatever.
Oh yeah, I've definitely thought like our clothes got to be something, bro. You know, like I feel like it's gotta have some type of good quality on it. I mean, I know in the beginning it's good with just the graphic stuff,
Yeah.
but like have the graphics, but then later on have like that good quality clothing that's like, oh, this shit actually feels good, guys.
And how it goes too is like it can only get better once you start.
Oh yeah,
So it's one of those things where I'm like,
dude, you can sell it everywhere, dude. Anywhere, fucking anywhere. Like, have you seen these YouTubers with they got their own like the Danny Duncan guy? He's got his own merch and Zoomies.
oh yeah, yeah.
I was like,
The
bruh,
virginity thing?
yeah, Virginity Rocks, yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's hilarious, dude. I can only imagine how much he makes a year just off of his merch shit because that's all he promotes.
He makes hella.
Because he's not getting that much off of YouTube, I doubt, because of the type of content that he's pushing out.
Oh yeah, he be doing crazy shit on
Yeah,
YouTube.
shit's like 30 cents per 1,000 fucking views.
I feel like it hasn't always been that way, but yeah, YouTube is a lot more tame now.
Nah, he probably gets like I think he hits almost $1 million just off of YouTube videos a year. So that could probably fund a bunch of his like fucking blowing up cars and stuff. And then his merch is just like, damn, not a fucking money. Because he's got a whole farm in Florida,
Oh, really?
and he's got a whole fucking mansion in Cali. Like that guy just like he did a video where he did like a road trip from Florida all the way to California.
What the fuck?
He hitchhiked. So you were just like posting on his like Instagram like, oh, somebody can pick me up, you know?
Yeah.
That shit's fucking awesome. I would like to do that. I would love to fucking do that.
There's a lot that I'd like to do, bro.
Oh yeah.
Just a lot of it just costs money.
I know, man. Everything just costs money, huh? You can't really do anything with something not costing money. Or like,
Or at least
it's like you can
you
do it
gotta
without money, but it's
7-day
like
free trial or 14-day free trial. Like, unless you can pick up a $100,000 business in 7 days, you're gonna have to pay us $14 a month, bucko.
oh,
And
my
even
God.
when you start, like, let's say you start a Shopify, right?
Right.
You paying that $14 a month. But if you actually want to start a Shopify, like start a Shopify, bro, you're gonna be paying like 97 or 100. Like, especially if you're going with funnels, bro. Like the most cheapest way to fucking start a Shopify is influencer marketing.
Yes. I actually know this app where you can kind of like not pay too much on influencers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and they like come to you too.
Yeah, it's a good. I like that. Definitely have that on our stuff and to have that
And that's why it's like important to build like some sort of like theme page,
mhm.
especially like with fashion and stuff, because you like want people to like feel like this is what they should be wearing.
Exactly. Yeah, I was still got to see that YouTube video where that these people, this woman, she has a lot of background in marketing, and she helped out this like random person to create her own brand, and she was kind of creative. She made like videos for it and stuff, and they promoted it through TikTok, and they were making pretty good for the first drop.
Dude,
bro.
And that's why I'm saying,
And they were doing print on demand.
I follow these people on Instagram and TikTok just to peep their vibe, just to see like what people like the most. Like, I follow this girl who basically wears the same clothes every day. Somehow she has 10,000 followers, and the majority of her commentary relies on architecture and design. And she has like one of the most minimalistic kind of styles. Then you go to her website, and she was selling a t-shirt that she made, or just like a regular shirt. And I'm about to show you how much it sold for. Hold on. So let me click it.
Oh shit! It was only one.
No, it wasn't only one. I think she made a couple of them. But it sold for $130.
Damn, bro.
Handmade, man. You can really charge anything. There's this other guy that I follow. His name's like hold on. But he basically makes like knitted shirts with designs on them.
Mm-hmm.
And his shit be going crazy.
I looked at this other guy on Instagram. He does that handmade tie-dye design type shit. Like, no, he uses bleach and then like kind of paints or some shit. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of like that. But he uses bleach mostly to like, he did like one of Kobe and stuff.
Oh.
And he'd be like, yeah, he does
So he like does like specific designs with bleach.
Yeah, I guess.
Shirts.
So
how the fuck?
So I like that guy. He charges a good amount for each shirt, but it's all right.
Yeah.
At that time, if you're just doing handmade, it's like, well, how much do you think your time costs? You know?
Exactly.
So
especially if you're making like different sizes and you keep the design the same, it's.
Dude, I wish I just had like a born talent to draw.
Bro,
I would love
just like put shit together. I would love to.
Oh yeah.
Like was really good at crafts.
Yeah.
But that's a whole.
Like some people can just like pick up a pencil and like draw some shit that like somebody would definitely fucking buy, you know?
Yeah, there's people who do it all the time. Fucking tattoo artists.
Oh, tattoo, dude. Tattoo artists would be like, tattooing would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because like you can really charge almost anything. If you're a good tattoo artist, and my manager when I used to work at that fast food joint, she was like, "Oh, I know this guy that would charge like $800, and he would like tattoo shit for you like for every day, like not every day, like the whole day."
Oh.
So like whatever you want.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean I get what you're saying, but like how big are the tattoos and like how detailed can they be?
I don't know, but it's whatever you want, like that whole day, you know.
Someone be like, "Yep, bro."
He's like, "Okay, I want to pay my rent. Like, I want to pay my rent. I'm just gonna say I will tattoo whatever you fucking want for a whole day, and I'll charge like $800 to $1,000."
And then he gets like 90-day listings. Like, hold the fuck up. How much would that be, bro? If
you can literally book up like 90 days. I'd be like, dude, that's
every
more.
Day for 3 months. Every day for 3 months.
I mean, dude, you would definitely.
Your hand will be in so much pain.
But like, imagine the practice on that shit.
Hell
anything.
Yeah. Hell yeah,
dude. Your creativity is just fucking.
By the end of it, you have $72,000.
By the end of it, you have $72,000, and then now you can charge more.
Oh yeah.
Because you've done 90 different people, and just word of mouth helps you out. And then that's just, now you're gonna charge $2,000 every fucking day, like for a whole day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would be so dope. That would be crazy. Just passively making.
Dude, that's an amazing business strategy.
And you get to just
somebody wants to fucking like
create.
Exactly. If somebody really wants to like flex their creativity and wants to grow fast, I feel like that would be an amazing way. But yeah, your hand is gonna be all fucked up. Yeah. after the fucking 90 days or some shit.
God, what the fuck happened to my pinky, bro? You gotta draw this dinosaur, nigga. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yo, please.
This is a functional business now, man. You gotta pay taxes.
Shit.
Where you at with my $800 a day?
Oh yeah, the government gonna try to get their cut off of that. Oh.
Bro, that's like the one thing that like makes me shy away from just making a lot of money.
Yeah,
why?
I've had that situation too.
Why?
But it's just like
my money.
Yeah, but I feel like it's just fuck it, man. I mean, you really can't get out of it. I mean, you kinda loopholes, but you really can never really get out of that shit. The government's gonna want their fucking money.
They're gonna want their cut. And that's the thing. Like, they'll come after you for something that they never taught you how to earn.
Exactly.
Like, imagine, like, if you think about what this shit is, like, imagine if a nigga showed up on a bike every year and it's like, yo, where's my 250?
Like, for what? Honestly, what?
What are you talking about? Bro, you made $200,000 this year. Where's my $205,000?
Like, what?
What are you talking about? Nah, man. You've been dodging taxes for the past 3 years, bro.
He just knows everything about you.
You owe me. I got it all written down in this coral piece of paper.
Right.
That's scary, though.
That really is, man. That's auditing. That's auditing right there. That's what it's called.
When you look at the whole code book, they never mention that. Because they basically say, you and the car that you drive is basically a ship.
Right.
And the work that you do is a business under the United States of America. So bootlegging, scamming, all that shit, they can't really lock you up for not paying your taxes.
Yeah.
Because it's not really a business. So they have to make it against the law.
I don't know, man.
I mean, regardless, it's stealing. And I'm probably not saying exactly what I want to say right now, but
Sleepy Joe gonna want his cut, man.
Yeah,
Did you hear? I remember when like Trump and like Joe were like debating, and then Trump was like, you know who the big man is, and then he was like pointing at Joe because I guess they caught this conversation of Joe saying that like his kids saying that Joe Biden always wants his cut. Mm-hmm. Because, I don't know, his kids were doing some fishy stuff, and they were like, nah, the big man's gonna want his cut, though, at least.
Oh, yeah, man. That shit was crazy how that, came out and this man still became president. It was all facts, no cap. And there's people who still, if you throw any criticism at Kamala Harris or Joe Biden, they automatically assume you're a Trump supporter.
Oh, yeah.
That's
weird. How politicized the fucking everything is. You're either this side or fucking this side.
And when I say they, I mean people who want to be politically correct, quote unquote, but don't know how to have that discourse. They're more likely to run to an article or a paper that was written 5 years ago to prove their theories. A lot of people just don't understand their shit in practice, and they don't want to smell their own shit when it comes down to it. Every day, all day, I could be some attributes of communism, some attributes of capitalism, regardless of the fact democracy leads to tyranny. I can't really think of it if we're placating around the fact that not only are we advocating for this and wanting it, and it's a public need and a public option would probably be the best idea, you still have the people that we voted for and we put into office, the same people that we were completely okay with calling them a lesser evil of two evils, and then defend them when they get into office and they do shit that we don't like. It doesn't make sense to me. And that's why when I didn't vote, I had so many people down my neck yo, why aren't you voting? What if Trump wins? Oh my god, what? It's yo, none of you wanted Biden either, or Kamala Harris. So,
I did not want Biden, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
What do you look like voting? Just being okay with what they chose for you, not what you voted for. Come on. What are the primaries, bro? We literally just watch niggas argue.
Dude, Trump didn't have... Nobody went against Trump, didn't they?
No one.
Trump was the Republican Party, wasn't it?
He was the whole party.
What the fuck?
The social elite were just yo, we have to push Democrats this year. We cannot go back to Republican. So they were no. Nobody else but Trump. Only Trump. He's public enemy number one. We're gonna vote. We're gonna just make him enemy every day.
Bruh.
Bro, albeit, man, he said some stupid shit, though.
Trump was stupid, but I don't know. I wanted Tulsi Gabbard to be president. Yes. That's who I wanted.
Andrew Yang or Bernie Sanders.
Andrew Yang was, I I kind of liked him at the end.
I feel like our society would have ended with like robots working fast food stations if Andrew Yang got into office. I feel
Really?
like he would just.
He was definitely pushing for
eliminate-
workers more.
I mean, he was, but
Uh-huh.
he was also pushing more towards a like a monthly universal.
Oh,
wage.
monthly thing.
So I mean, and he.
I don't think that can work, bro.
No, he
we were
believed-
really.
He believed heavily in a virtual system. So basically, he believed heavily in like virtual systems coming into low need jobs and like change it, like factories and
Just
fast
like
food
AI
places.
fixing shit. So
Or,
fuck
like,
it, let's
or
just let them
decreasing the job
fixing.
size
Damn,
to
bro.
make it more skill based.
I mean, to be honest, there's gonna be some part of like some percentage of society that just like,
It's already
fuck,
documented,
what are we
bro.
gonna do with them?
There's 10. I mean, dude, genuinely think about it. We go to high school. We go to like middle school, elementary school. Who are the people that we go to school with that we barely get to see?
Just teachers, I guess.
No, they get there before us. They leave a little before us, or a little after us.
Mm-hmm.
They always walk in lines. They have like separate teachers, 2 teachers to a room.
Oh, the mentally disabled.
Yeah, and that makes up 10 to 20% of the American population. And
She like, bro, what the
These
fuck?
people can work on their own,
Mm-hmm.
but they need the time. And if everything is being automated to where like you're skill based, but you have to have some type of self management, it could be very hard for a lot of people.
Right. See, like, I don't have a big answer towards that. At the same time, it's like, all right, I mean, I don't think society should halt,
Yeah,
but
It's extremely
that's just how
expensive.
technology is. I feel like,
it's disgustingly expensive how much it costs to even maintain yourself as someone who is disabled. There was like this lady who was she's getting paid a little more than her insurance on her new job.
mm-hmm.
That she was working from home. It was a perfect job for her, but she had to quit because her insurance cut out. Like, imagine that. You get a job, and you're like, okay, now I have this other thing figured out where I'm able to make money on my own. I'm disabled. There's no one here to take care of me. I rely on insurance, basically.
Right.
And as soon as that insurance sees that you're getting paid, they cut it off. Or, like, let's say you pay insurance for a whole fucking year and don't pay it for a month, they cut it off. That means, what happened to all the money you just gave them? Where the fuck did that go?
I feel like insurance companies, that's how they fucking survive, is just by you being a pig to them.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, let's just say this: they have like 100 people to pay their insurance. It's like, I feel like they only can afford to help out one, but if all of them
Honestly, 'cause
fuck
they have
up,
so many,
then
have
it's like,
so many
we don't have the money.
overlays and this money goes to this person.
Yeah.
And we're doing this special at this time. There's a bunch of crazy shit that's like really just aiming for the overhead, and like almost a majority percentage of what they make goes to their employees anyway. So what would look really good in these insurance places is for it to become completely virtual. And it's basically,
I feel like that's how it's starting to get, like with
Yeah.
root insurance and all that shit. Like, I mean, they got to track you. Tesla has their own insurance too, don't they?
Yeah.
Like they know how to
Properly charged.
charge, because they at the same
know
time it's
exactly
like,
what's wrong.
fuck, they're gonna know everywhere where I go. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't really like that either. But at the same time, insurance companies will find bullshit fucking ways. Do you go to college? If you don't go to college, and we're gonna fucking
Yeah.
charge you more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you know someone that has this insurance? Like, how does that bump down my insurance $400? Like, what the fuck?
Oh my god, I gotta get a fucking new insurance, bro, for my truck, dude. Shit.
And
Insurance is very expensive.
yeah, because I mean, they take you on as a liability, and that's why I think if the public option was available, and we're like, hey, I have this simple issue that was completely fixable if I were just able to get the parts.
Right.
And you could just go to this place and be like, okay, here's a money pool. You put in $20, and then 4 people put in $20 for you to be able to get this part.
Right.
And you've already made your contribution back, and now you're helping out somebody else, but paying like 70% or 30% less because that's what you have right now.
That would be a pretty hard strategy.
But I mean, that's a thing where like you'll have to know what needs fixing. And that's the only way that you can get that is by having something virtual that like reads your car, reads your accidents, reads like Carfax. That shit becomes completely virtual in your car, and you can just like scan your car and see what's up.
Mm-hmm. I think they have already that with the Carvin thing.
Yeah, they have this like thing you can like plug into your car too.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. I don't mean, at the same time, like these insurance companies, I don't think they have anybody pretty creative to create any stuff.
Because their system
Progressive and
works.
Geico have been doing the same fucking shit. They don't really have a face. Yeah. They've only made it like the gecko
or the flow.
Yeah, flow. Like what the fuck? Like these insurance companies really don't have a fucking face. Like there isn't really anybody creative doing anything different with these insurance companies. You only see those smaller fucking companies like Tesla. They've never done insurance in their entire life, but I'm like, let's just fucking push towards this. And now they kind of know. There really isn't. I feel like anybody can get into insurance, you know?
Yeah, actually, there's a thing called FFL. I get text messages from them like almost every day, like telling me to take the test. But these guys make like $100,000 a month.
What the fuck?
Selling life insurance.
Oh gosh. I mean,
so it's like, I don't know, man. It feels like it's a way of life where people are like, yo, you need insurance. But what you're really investing in is not the idea that you're gonna be sick and that specific sickness is gonna be cured or treated correctly.
Right.
What you're investing in is the fact that you are able to get sick. So now, you're really just paying them for anything that happens to you. So they can charge whatever the fuck they want. It's not like you're paying this, oh yeah, I have a record of heart disease. Your insurance goes up.
Ooh, yeah, your shit.
there's no like, oh yeah, now we recommend these doctors, or we're gonna send you meal plans.
They don't. They don't send none of that shit.
You're just gonna pay $250 a month, and they're just gonna let you potentially die, and just hold all that money. So it's basically like a dude that stands next to you,
right,
and holds your money in his pocket, just until you need it, and then he's gonna beat around the bush when you actually ask him for anything.
Oh yeah. Damn, they really just dealing with lives. These life insurance companies, like what?
Bro, my mom got into a car accident, right?
Right.
A car hit her from behind and made her car go in the air. It like gave her like some back pain.
Right.
Homie had State Farm. Her lawyer was like, "Yo, we're gonna get you like $35,000. That's what we're aiming for, basically." To this day, this car accident happened like early last year.
Mm-hmm.
To this day, she hasn't been paid.
Damn, she hasn't even looked.
They actually tried to come at her and say that she was a person who would stage accidents.
She looks like a person?
No.
Oh.
They basically were saying like it looks like you do this kind of thing on purpose because she had 2 car accidents in the span of 2 years.
Oh my god.
How the fuck do you make someone hit you? When it's all recorded, someone saw it, everything. Right. And the car accident before that involved like 5 cars and that she didn't start. So it's like, how could you even come to that conclusion or even type that email to say that to someone? So it's literally someone with pride being like, how can we pay the least amount of money to this person who has a market cap of, or not a market cap, but basically an insurance cap of this amount. So it's like, okay, if we don't want to increase their rates and if they can't afford to pay us more, why should we help them? Because they're paying you. But, oh, do we have to pay them now? Oh, well, no. You can just beat around the bush for 12 months. At least if they don't have, like, a good lawyer, then you should be okay. You can literally just not pay them, ignore them.
Damn,
and
bro.
let them be
That's literally been almost more than the fucking year. And she still hasn't fucking been paid. Fuck.
And there could be a code somewhere saying, like, if they haven't paid you this amount, they have to pay you double now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there should be. Like, dude, she gotta get her money, man.
Yeah, I mean, if we
Is she still trying? Is she still trying to get that shit?
I mean, it's like through a firm, like a law firm. So this lady could be contracted to take on a bunch of other cases too. So it's like,
damn.
Basically, my point is, in like a commune society, bro, you really don't own anything, not even services. So, like, what's the point of like garnering money to invest in the idea of potential drought if we're already plentiful with water, and the people who can potentially cause a drought are the only ones who are paying to keep the drought away? Like, as soon as we can't have the water, or like a certain amount of people can't have the water, they're more willful to cut them off completely than to figure out how to get more water. Because they're okay with how the system is right now.
Right.
Perfectly okay with it. But they want to be good guys more than they want to be productive. So they'll open up more deals and try to convince people to bring their friends on so that they can get a cut off. It's like, bro, like it's so slimy. It's not really made for the I mean, it's made for that idea, but the way that they market it doesn't really allow people to fully trust.
Right.
There's people who live and die that don't want to go to the hospital because they know how much it's going to cost. Like, there's people who die in their beds that refused to go to the hospital because they knew how much it would cost. It's sad to see because it's like all these stories are extremely real. You can even look at the pictures online of people like being found in their houses, dead and gone, and that being the story. It's just like, wow, what the fuck? Here's someone that could have been helped, and our system not only failed them, but like essentially killed them.
Yeah.
Imagine it's like a room of medicine and you're afraid of the dark, and the light switched too far in, so you just don't go in there. And that room could have saved you. It's like super grim.
I mean, there really isn't a certain way. I mean, fuck, I don't know. I thought about that too. Like, shit, things are so things are so like dental shit, dude. What the fuck,
bro? It's almost as if each one of these things like has a personality and it feels entitled to your dollar, or you should like save up for shit that happens on accident. Like, oh, my kid broke a pinky, $95 for a cast and hang. You don't have insurance, sorry. Well. Yeah, the way you described it sounded like he was having a stroke, so that's why it cost so much. You could have just went to urgent care.
Oh yeah, dude. How much did I pay? I paid almost like $500 because I went to a little clinic and all they did was just check my ear. They said that it had a little bit of sand in there, and they just like fucking got it out with like this kind of gun type thing that's shoots water. Yeah.
Yeah,
and then some medicine. And then some medicine, and then it was almost $500.
Bro, I went to the hospital because I thought I was having a stroke.
Oh yeah.
Because I had the Bell's palsy thing, and my whole like left side of my face.
Oh, so that was like in the beginning that you just figured out. Oh.
And my mom said, "Oh, your speech was slurring," but of course it's gonna slur because like half my face is shut down. But it was the Bell's palsy.
Right.
And I walked in there, and they were like, "Oh, mind you, I waited for like 45 minutes, right?"
Mm-hmm.
I waited for 45 minutes, and they made it sound like I reported it as if I was having a stroke. It's like, yo, there was like no immediate care at all. Like, I came here through the emergency way for immediate care, and I stood here for like 45 minutes. Like, in that 45 minutes, I could have been gone.
Right.
If it's really a stroke. And I mean, they checked my vitals and everything, but that's what they were they were basing the price off of.
Right.
That I reported it as a stroke. I didn't report it as a stroke. They said the symptoms sounded like a stroke.
Damn.
So they literally basically, like, let's say they scroll down the list and say, like, oh, most sounds like this. So they click that, and now I'm getting charged $1,900, which majority of that money isn't even going to the hospital. It's going to the doctor.
Right.
Because he was contracted. So they're giving me all to a contracted doctor and forcing me for just a simple diagnosis to pay almost a whole used car. And then as the months went on, this price fluctuated.
Really?
Like the lowest that I got this price was like $600.
Oh, really?
Meaning it could have been that price the entire time.
Fluctuates.
It went up and down.
What the fuck?
I was getting calls for different numbers, bro. And then they give it off to a collections agency.
Right.
So in the end, I didn't really even have to pay it. They just paid the dude anyway.
Really?
And then when I got there, they were like, "Oh, this is not even like a Duluth hospital. This is a Gwinnett hospital, based in Duluth.
What?
For Norcross."
For Norcross?
It's like, so you're telling me someone has to come 25
literally,
minutes?
downtown Duluth is like 2 minutes away, bruh. Which one did you go to? You went to the children's or something? Like the one right...
The one that's like right up here.
Right, the one, I mean, the one literally next to your fucking apartment.
Yes.
Damn. And they're saying that shit's for Norcross?
Bro, they were saying it was for a whole nother county, bro. I was like, what?
Yeah, they don't know. They don't even know what the fuck they're doing, man.
Bro, they know exactly what they're doing. They're getting their best buck, bro. You think someone's gonna care where they're going when they're having a fucking heart attack? You hop in the goddamn... As soon as you get in the ambulance, it costs $500.
Oh, yeah. Ambulances will
insurance,
definitely
bro,
fucking charge your ass.
They wouldn't even save you.
Like,
I mean, what's sad about it is that, like, I bet you they try their best to save so many people, but it's that idea that, like, yo, if you have a fucking sticker on your fucking driver's license, they won't save you. That whole, like,
oh yeah, I've heard about that. If you say that you're like an organ donor, like, I mean, there's like rumors that it's like, oh, there's like maybe a little possibility that maybe they won't try to save you, you know?
Yeah.
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 And in the beginning, like when I first did my little permit test, it told me, and I mean, out of a good heart, I was like, oh, I mean, I'm just gonna put, yeah, I'm an organ donor. And then I heard that shit, and I was like, yeah, nah. You know?
Dude, I heard there's like a whole fucking syndicate of people who come after you if you have like organ donor on your thing.
For real?
Yeah, when I got my license, it was like super grim because I was getting told that by people. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because they like fucked up my shit, and it said I was a female too.
Oh, it said that shit for me, but like some medical shit that I was a female. I'm like, bruh. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I didn't put organ donor on my shit, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get it changed too because I do not like the picture that I have.
You don't like the picture?
Mm-mm.
Man.
But yeah, man.
So much shit.
It seems like there's not enough. Like, it just seems like there's shit around the corner and behind you and above you, and you just can't see it right now, so you're just like, damn, it's a whole lot of shit when there's really more shit.
Bruh.
And then, like, it's super existential, too, because, like, as soon as you realize it, it's already happened to you. Or to someone you know. Like,
yeah.
And that's why when you really, like, get into the thick of, like, understanding what a society is and why certain rhizomes of situations always occur, you realize, like, majority of it's predicated off of how people react to other shit that they don't know how to control.
Right.
So here they are mad at someone for saying that there's something else that they don't agree with when quintessentially, like, they really don't understand why that person is under that, like, thing. So they base a personality on that person and just egotize them that way. When in reality, you guys are working towards the same shit. And you guys are literally fighting each other, beating each other over the heads. Over
People just don't want to understand.
Yeah.
Honestly.
They don't even want to just talk about it.
Oh, shit. It's about to end. Bye, guys.